Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
All right, working on the phone lines here, trying to get them going. 888-957-9570. Baby, the Niners advance to the divisional round, where they'll host either the Dallas Cowboys or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That game will kick off today, I believe, at 5:15 down in Tampa Bay.
Who do you
on
want?
grass. I want the Cowboys.
Did you?
Although, like, if you ask me the easiest path to the NFC Championship, I think that's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Niners will smoke Tom Brady again. They would smoke them.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
Would smoke. Don't be a worrier, Shasky.
No,
they would smoke
it's just
them.
Tampa Bay. It's Brady. I mean, that's the only reason
Brady.
why I'm holding out any kind of respect is Brady alone. If it was any other quarterback, I would agree with you.
Right. Tampa Bay, no run game, one-dimensional.
Yes.
They'd be barbecue chicken.
Yes. I want the Cowboys, though. I do. Yeah. And did you notice the tickets? So Saturday after the Niner game, I started glancing over at the various ticket things. I know Willard does Game
ticket
Time.
Apps, Game Time,
he's
StubHub.
repping it right now. Ticketmaster, you name it. Vivid, SeatGeek. And Niner tickets, let's just say in the 400s, were like $200. After the Vikings lost, they jumped up to $300 at minimum.
And if it's the Cowboys, they're going to jump up
even
another
more expensive.
Hey, if it's the Cowboys, they're going to jump up another $200.
I mean, Jesus seats for $400 after taxes and everything.
Yeah.
Woo!
No, they're going to be $500 if it's the Cowboys.
Oh, easily.
And Dallas fans will be in the building.
Oh, easily.
That would be a Super Bowl environment if the Cowboys came to Levi Stadium on Sunday.
3:30 the game will be this Sunday, no matter what. It's either going to be Brady or the Dallas Cowboys.
3:30 kickoff, which means it's a dust setting. It's going to be the sun will be out, and the sunset's going to hit at about 4:30, 4:45, and then it turned into a night game for the second half. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I'm so ready. Also, it's supposed to be dry. I was looking at weather reports. I didn't know that this was a thing, but the TV was on the local weather station after the game, and microclimate expert, not a weatherman, a microclimate expert. I want to be a microclimate expert. But the microclimate expert said that it was dried out. After Thursday, essentially,
right.
We get like 4 or 5 days of dried out Bay Area. So we shouldn't be wet. I mean, knock on wood.
Jessica Birch, the KPIX meteorologist.
Oh, so she's not a microclimate expert?
No, she's a news personality. By the way, she has 118 followers on Instagram.
118?
Did you know she was...
You mean 118,000?
118,000. 118,000. Not only that, did you know she was a U.S. Army Black Hawk pilot?
No.
I took a look at her Instagram. Yeah, so I read it in Gianna Friday. And she was like, oh, yeah, you guys had Jessica on. She's really good. Do you know she was a U.S. Army Black Hawk pilot? Dual-rated commercial pilot? Like, she's got these bomber jets she's jumping out of. I mean, I'm looking at her IG. I'm like, damn. We had a savage on the air.
Didn't know.
I
mean, never underestimate someone.
Never underestimate Jessica Birch, man. We just thought she was telling us about the weather. Nah, she could fly a fighter pilot or a fighter jet, excuse me,
so,
blah, blah, blah.
In honor of the Cowboys, I get this message last night from Guru. And I sent it to the group chat, and I was going to keep it, discreet. And then Bonte said, no. He sent me the exact same message. So, Goo, I don't know why he does this. Did he just make one little voice memo and then send it out to everyone?
Yeah, I think he wanted to make an appearance on a morning roast. That's why.
Should we play it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, this is the voice memo that I got from Guru.
I don't know. You should ask Guru if you can play it. I don't know if it's supposed to be private.
Let's make an executive decision. Guys, you've listened to the sound. Are we playing it or not?
It's nothing malicious. I think it's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Spadoni ruled.
Guru's not my choice.
Dude, this could be the ultimate jinx, but I'm the lab dude, and I am so terrified of tomorrow, dude. I just hate I even work. But yeah. Okay. I'm going to the game, and we got to maximize the week, dude, if we end up playing again. I don't think we did a good job last year. Anyway, I'm with you tailgating. It's going down, and somehow we can get past tomorrow, and I don't think we will, but Dak needs it late.
So that wasn't malicious. So on my fist, Bobo.
The in the minute in the middle of it was just, just chef's kiss.
Well, the voice memo he sent me, he basically said, I'm petrified of tonight, not terrified. I'm petrified. And he goes, and the He goes, the whole world is turned on Dak Prescott, even more than me. The whole world is turned on Dak Prescott, more so than me.
Refresh my memory. Is he a Dak guy?
No. He does have a Dak jersey, but
I thought he liked Dak. I didn't know that.
He's a big Cooper Rush guy.
You know what? I like Cooper Rush.
See if I can put this to the microphone. Let me try this.
B, you know I always talk that lab shit, and I'm not jinxing it. I am.
The stream heard it.
We're on fire. I want the Cowboys.
I just didn't even know that was.
I want the Cowboys.
I didn't know that was in there. I didn't know that was in there.
You want to talk about getting everybody in trouble?
Oh man! Whoops, my bad. So he drops the S-bomb with me, and he tries to keep it PG with Joe Shasky. Wow.
Can I ask you a question?
Can I
ask you a question?
Go ahead, man. Right. I was going to play some sound.
For the crowd out there that tells me running backs don't matter. Okay? Right. For the crowd that tells me running backs don't matter.
You want to go there?
No, I do.
Why?
Because even Christian McCaffrey didn't even have a quote-unquote great signature Christian McCaffrey game. The amount of people that have to honor him on every single play where he's at. There was a couple of quick little hitters that they had to the left on passes and little toss plays to Debo where they just roll out McCaffrey to the right. And I'm watching safeties, linebackers. Everyone's like, whoop, 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 moving over to the right. You cannot tell me that running backs don't matter. The elite ones. For everybody hand-wringing over Jeff Wilson Jr., what did he do in that game for the Dolphins?
Forget that.
I mean, Saquon Barkley with a week off, did he not look like the best player on the field yesterday?
Saquon Barkley had fresh legs. J.K. Dobbins had fresh legs.
The
Joe
elite
Mixon
running backs matter.
James Cook is now starting to ball in Buffalo. Singletary's balling in Buffalo. Listen, man. Travis Etienne, Jacksonville. Austin Eckler, Chargers. Week 1 when Elijah Mitchell got hurt, and Elijah Mitchell has been looking good. He has.
I think he's a perfect backup.
But he's a perfect backup because I don't know if he can withstand 17 games of punishment from the running back position. So after week 1, it was just like, it would be nice to have a home run hitter out of the backfield. Shanahan is a great run designer.
Yes.
When his play calls, when it comes to run designs, he's elite. Why not get an elite running back? And so for every, you just hear all these pundits, you don't need a running back. Niners don't need a running back. Running backs are overrated. You can just plug and play. Look at how many different 1,000-yard backs you've had under the Shanahans going back to Denver with Mike and then Kyle. And I'm just thinking to myself, get me a home run hitter, please. How much more deadly would this offense be with a Derrick Henry, with a Kareem Hunt, with a bell cow running back? Now you got a bell cow. And is anybody, in ESPN Plus, I didn't realize this until Saturday, they gave the Niners a C- for that McCaffrey trade. They graded it a C-, saying they traded too much. A second, third, fourth-round pick in the upcoming draft, a 2025 fifth-round pick, 2024 fifth-round pick. So you gave up 4 picks for Christian McCaffrey and took on the money. And everybody's like, that's too much for a running back? Well, look at the difference he makes. Look at the difference he makes. How many times do you see the Niners in 2nd and 3?
Agreed.
2nd and 4, 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. I mean, you're getting chunk yardage, and you look at him Saturday afternoon, he averaged 8 yards a carry.
I know.
15 carries, 119 yards. You get another 2 catches for 17, and the outlet on the touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, as much as we talk about Brock Purdy, he's the perfect chess piece for Kyle Shanahan. Oh, man, what a difference he makes.
Well, and everybody's saying, you gave up a second-round pick. You gave up today, right now, because they're in the second round, okay, B? It's at minimum, the 56th pick in the draft.
Yep.
Drake Jackson was a 50s second-round pick, right? A 50-something overall. I don't even know if he suited up on Sunday. I didn't see him.
No.
Did you see him? And I like Drake Jackson. I actually think it was a good pick. You know what I'm saying? But, just to give people an example. So you're looking at, the 50 at minimum, 56, 90-something, right? And then 120 for Christian McCaffrey. You pray to God that one of those picks is half as good as Christian McCaffrey.
Man, that's truth.
Right?
That's the truth.
I mean, TDP was a 4th-round pick. Is he even seeing the field or a 3rd-round pick? Is he even seeing the field?
The field at all. He may not even be on the roster next year. Who knows? And who cares? Because you got Christian McCaffrey.
But that's my point.
Right.
The Christian McCaffrey thing changed everything.
I was going back.
When have you ever seen Debo
him
run that free?
That's what I was saying.
He's wide open.
But that's the point. I was trying to make all year long. If you get a home run hitting running back, how much easier would it be for Deebo Samuel and Brendan Ayuk?
Thank you.
We were having a conversation after the Denver game. I remember you were like, I'm trying to maximize Deebo Samuel. Do you put him full-time at running back? And I'm like, no, go get a running back.
Yeah, you were
I need
right.
Deebo to be a wide receiver / hybrid running back where he's running the jet sweeps. He's lining up in the backfield, running the angle routes. That's why I need Deebo. I can't have him running the ball 20 times up the middle.
No.
I don't care. He's
Getting
not a running
cracked.
back. He's not a running back, so go get a running back. I cannot believe the 49ers went out there to make that move. When McCaffrey became available.
I know.
But the Carolina Panthers, I say, oh, man, the Niners, it'd be nice. That's what I thought. It'd be nice. They're not going to swing a deal for Christian McCaffrey, are they? And to go out there and swing a deal for Christian McCaffrey, and now look at this offense.
I mean, this is incredible. Even on the play where the little leak out play at the goal line, like they needed a touchdown there. They needed 6 so bad, and Brock did a really good job kind of stepping up and rolling to the right, and then boom, just a little touch pass to CMC, and he's wide open. Here's the big thing when it comes to CMC, though, like in the Deebo connection. At the beginning of the year, I want everyone to go back and remember what it looked like. Every time Deebo touched the ball for the first 4 or 5 games, weren't there 3 and 4 defenders everywhere near him?
All day.
Think about what Deebo did in this game just the other day. He's wide open, or it's one-on-one. One-on-one is wide open.
Deebo Samuel, one-on-one or wide open. Think about that.
Did you even know he could run that fast?
Yes.
I didn't.
Well, last year, you forget last year how many plays he had.
I know,
How
but
many, he's had some dynamic
he hit
plays.
the Jets.
Oh, dude, he was gone. He was gone.
And Ayuk made an incredible block
He was
on
gone.
that.
By the way, you're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at AC1, San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. Do not forget that you can also watch us every day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. Just log on and search 95.7 The Game and be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. Don't forget, all guests will appear on the Bud Light guest line. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. You bring up Deebo, but I'm going to go back to McCaffrey for a second, Chasky.
Yes.
Think about when he started games, when he became a starter. Mm-hmm. And look at what the Niners have done offensively since he's become a starter. All right, his first start comes in a Rams game. They win 31-14. All right, you play the Chargers after the bye week. You look a little suspect. You score 22. But since then, it's been 38. You had the dud against the Saints for 13, but you go 33, 35, 21, 37, 37, 38, 41. The Niners are averaging over 37 points a game over their last 4. With McCaffrey, all but 2 games they scored 30-plus.
That's crazy.
That's insane, isn't it?
I thought they were going to score 50 on Saturday. I mean, not at halftime. I'm talking about in the second half. I said, Jesus. But it just feels like everyone's wide open. There was a point in the game in the second quarter where I'm like, God, Kittle hasn't touched it. Can we get Kittle the ball? And then, boom, they hit Kittle, and he's one-on-one. And it's like, again, Ayuk, Deebo, Kittle. If it's one-on-one, you might as well. You're getting an extra 6 yards minimum.
And Brock is hitting these guys.
All day.
Brock is hitting these guys
But it goes
in
back
stride.
to the gravity of CMC because you have to account for him.
How many people are feeling... do you think it changes some of the draft thought process when it comes to running backs now? Or do you think that running backs will still be ostracized in terms of, okay, Najee Harris is going to be a second-round pick. Derrick Henry is going to be a second-round pick. Or all these running backs are going to fall out of the first round, because I think a running back is very, very important on my football team. When you can have a guy who can touch the ball 25 times in a run or a pass game, it makes a difference. Whether you want to go 8 in the box against Christian McCaffrey, great. I got Brendan Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle in the pass game going one-on-one. You don't want to go 8 in the box against the 49ers? We're going to run it right at you. And against the light box, and McCaffrey's going to average about 7 yards a carry.
Well, when I look at Mixon for Cincinnati, when I look at obviously Saquon Barkley, Etienne, the key that all those guys have outside Derrick Henry, throw him to the side because he's such an outlier.
Right.
They all are dual threat running backs. And when you get them out on the edges, they're either running through a cornerback or around a cornerback. Like, is there any coincidence that the second they put Etienne in the backfield with Trevor Lawrence, they kind of took off?
They took off. No doubt.
You
They
know what I
traded
mean?
James Robinson, and boom.
Ask Danny Dimes, does Saquon matter to your team? Danny Dimes looks incredible.
He does.
No, he looks incredible.
But
and
how about-
Dayball's a big part of that.
Right.
But they've unlocked Saquon.
Saquon looks so fresh yesterday. That first touchdown running down the sideline. You see the burst. You see the speed. They got a puncher shot against the Eagles. Miles Sanders runs hard for the Philadelphia Eagles. But running backs do matter again. And I think it bothers me like centers in the NBA. They say, oh, man, centers don't matter. You don't need a big, blah, blah, blah. Look at Jokic.
I mean,
look at Embiid. Look at some of these bigs that are. DeAndre Ayton's getting you a double-double.
Well, I think it's fair to say, like everyone's like, next year, talking about the quarterback. Next year, Christian McCaffrey could be an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
If he keeps up what we're seeing right now in terms of obviously his own production and then what he does for everyone else on the field, like that's that 90s MVP running back style stuff we're looking for.
Going back to Brock Purdy for a second, when I'm watching him, because you see what he did here. 332 yards passing. It's the most for a 49ers quarterback in the postseason since Joe Montana's 357 yards against the Bengals in Super Bowl 23. Like, think about that. It's the most passing yards for a 49ers quarterback in the postseason since Joe Montana in Super Bowl 23. That's January 1989.
And they missed some plays, which is crazy.
A lot of
they
plays.
weren't even like 100%. You know what I mean?
The Niners rolled up 505 total yards, and they left another 100 on the field.
I know.
Because of Brock Purdy. So when I'm watching Brock Purdy, I no longer view him as a rookie, Shasky. Like, I know I said what I said about Brock Purdy early in the season, but it's hard not to like him. It's hard not to appreciate his style of play.
Playing at a high level.
The extension of plays, the checkdowns, Elijah Mitchell wide open in the flat, trusting where Elijah Mitchell's going to be, throwing the ball deep down the field to Juwan Jennings, to Brandon Ayuk. This guy has, this run that Jimmy Garoppolo had in 2017, this is more impressive than Brock Purdy, the run he's on right now, because these games matter. Those games in 2017,
no.
It didn't matter. Let's just say that.
Well, here's the big thing for me. It's like I watched lots of different quarterbacks play quarterback for the Niners in the playoffs. I've never seen a team this, and it's only the one game in the playoffs, but just this run that they've been on has felt like playoff football for a month. They score points. And I'm not talking about field goals. Like I'm looking back, Monte, at that New York Giants 49er game in the rain in the NFC Championship game.
Taking Junior being out.
Alex Smith completed 2 passes in the first half.
I know.
Okay, all these people that want him, and that was in the rain, similar of a misty game, similar to this. He completed, let me say that again, 2 passes in the first half. Now, one of them was a 73-yard touchdown where Vernon Davis blew by everybody in the first quarter. But, like, 2 passes.
That's embarrassing.
That's like a drive for Purdy. If it's a big one.
1 of 13 on third down.
Bonte, the guy, boom, boom, boom. He threw the ball 19 times in the first half. Right. I turned to my buddy Ryan as we're watching the game. I'm like, dude, Shanahan's throwing it like crazy.
Crazy. Why? Because he trusts the kid.
Yeah, and I would too.
He trusts the kid.
I would too.
He trusts Brock Purdy more so than he ever did Jimmy Garoppolo. That's insane. And that's insane to me.
The offense felt as explosive as it did that night, the final playoff game against in Candlestick against the Green Bay Packers with Kaepernick. That's how just the offense as a whole felt so explosive at that point in time. This going back 10 years ago. This feels even more balanced in terms of being able to spread the ball around to all these playmakers. And the quarterback is just boom, 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 boom. Like, he's just nailing it, man. And then his ability to, okay, here comes the pressure on the left side. Right. Let me just move or spin a little, boom, boom, come out, and then a little, like, lob pass to Eli.
I mean, again, this offense, the last 4 games, 37, 37, 38, 41. That's after scoring 21 in the hat and T-shirt game against Seattle and then dropping 35 on Tampa. So think about this run. We highlighted this run, starting with the Miami game, right? We're like the Miami game, and then you got Tampa, and then you got the short week. They go 33, 35, 21, 37, 37, 38, 41.
I mean,
they may have one of the best offenses right now in football. Like, who's farther ahead right now? Is the offense better than the defense?
Wow, that's a great question. I think the offense is. I think because the offense getting 2-score leads makes the defense even better.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
No doubt.
And I was thinking about this, like watching the game. I go, dude, they're going to put up the most points in 49er playoff history. Now, they took their foot off the pedal a little. If they score that touchdown, like I know 45 that Kaepernick hung, they needed all 45 of those.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because Aaron Rodgers was going to score close to 40.
He was coming. And they had some blowouts in the Steve Young days.
Yes.
Throwing up 40-plus. I remember they threw up 40-plus on the Bears.
They could have scored 60 in that game.
They left a lot
Which is
on
crazy.
the field. They left a lot on the field.